Hello, Happy Healthy Humanity. Thank you for tuning in to my very first Happy Healthy Humanity show. I'm Sarah from HappyHealthyHumanity.com, and creating this show has been a dream of mine for many years. Thank you for 1623 Studios for turning my dream into a reality. I'm a holistic health practitioner and a local kids yoga instructor, and I will weave my personal story to health and wellness throughout all of the interviews that I conduct over time. And for more about me, you can visit www.happyhealthyhumanity.com. Today I'm here with my very first guest, Jessica McGovern.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jessica. We're going to kick things off today by toasting this very first episode of Happy Healthy Humanity show with an elderberry flu shot. Elderberry is an excellent way to stay healthy through the cold and flu season. I make my elderberry syrup. This is actually more like a tea. I made it yesterday. I make it with local foraged elderberries from a friend of mine, Francina. She's amazing. I'll probably have her on the show at some point. And local raw honey. I also add some water-soluble vitamin C crystals for extra added immune support. So I'm going to do 3 scoops of that. Since we're sharing, I'll do.
That's ascorbic acid, vitamin C.
Yes.
Okay. There's different kinds of.
I'll do one extra since we're going to share this. And for even extra immune boost, we're going to do some apple cider vinegar.
With the mother. That's what it's called. And that's organic Dr. Broggs, and it says right on the jar, with the mother, on raw.
Shaking up our flu shot. Cheers. I forgot to have an extra glass today, so we're going to share. Cheers. Smooth. And for, you can look up additional benefits of elderberry. I have some listed here, the 9 top benefits, but cold and flu relief is the #1 benefit of elderberries. And you can go on greenmedinfo.com for more information on elderberries. So Jessica and I met about 4 years ago, and we instantly connected over the topic of environmental toxins. I chose Jessica for our first show because we have the most incredible conversations and we are totally aligned in our values. She's also my original partner in the Wim Hof Method and the cold ocean water swimming that I've been doing all winter. So me and Jessica were sitting at my kitchen table recently having conversation, and I was like thinking, how amazing if this was caught on camera and people could actually hear the information that we have and the conversations that we have candidly. So then I walked past this studio one day and I'm like, there it is. There's the perfect space for us to have our conversations. So Jessica, can you tell us about your passions and what brought you to your holistic lifestyle journey?
Well, it wasn't something I picked. It just, happened. And so I can say I'm a certified health nut. And I have a passion for health because I was very sick as a child. And over the years, in my 20s, I figured out what it was and I healed myself. Then in my 40s, I got chronic fatigue syndrome and I healed myself in 3 months. I had bad experiences with the mainstream medical doctors, so I've learned to do my own research and listen to my own intuition and know my own body and trust my own body. So, and I'm very healthy. I'm 62 years old, and my kids call me for advice. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's fun being healthy. It's fun, and there's a lot out there that teaches us. I also want to say what we're talking about today is we are going against the standard of care that was created in this country, United States, by Big Pharma and the mainstream medical system that caused 150,000 deaths a year from drugs that are underprescribed, overprescribed, and wrongly prescribed. Wow, that is an outrage. So that was done by a study. That's a study done about that. And we do recognize that maybe our topics, we will get attacked, and that's fine. Alternative healing comes in many ways that I've learned. Ancient healing, folk, plant-based medicine, integrative, functional, holistic doctors and nurses, homeopaths, acupunctures, Reiki, energy healing, craniosacral, reflexology, cold hot therapy, and the list goes on and on. It's very long. So I get my research from thousands of grassroots groups recognizing the power of health that comes through dense nutrition, no poisons, exercise, meditation, clean water, and more. Two of my favorite grassroots are Moms Across America. They do an amazing job helping us to be aware of toxins, especially glyphosate, which is GMO foods, and also the Weston Price Foundation, which is founded by a dentist, and that teaches us about dense nutrition and also toxins. So that's my story.
Yeah, Weston A. Price is definitely one of my favorite. His books, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration, and it talks about an ancestral diet and how we used to eat before white sugars and white flours became a thing, and how our teeth used to be healthy and intact, and how over time, because of adapting a standard American diet, teeth have shifted. We now have to get wisdom teeth removed, and our facial structures have changed.
Braces, right.
Yes.
Yeah, they also have a great book on infant and baby care, and they're one of the groups that helped get the raw milk laws passed in many states, which it did pass in the state of Massachusetts. We can get it from the local farmer. We still can't purchase it at the store, but we can get it from the farmer, and all the benefits of raw milk.
Yeah, and that book is, that one is called...
Oh, for the babies?
Yeah. I know what it
We'll
is.
bring it next time.
Okay.
There's two great books. Weston Price Foundation.
Yes.
Yeah, there's two great books.
Nourishing Traditions for
Nourishing
Baby and
Traditions,
Child.
right.
Nourishing Traditions.
Right, by Sally Fallon,
So,
Fallon. She's
my healing
the director.
journey is very similar, where I got diagnosed, I had a healing crisis starting a little over 6 years ago. I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. It was a digestive autoimmune disease, which was originally thought to be ulcerative colitis, and then Crohn's. They diagnosed it as Crohn's. And I just was determined to figure out a way to heal my own body myself, because the Western medicines, and they failed me, and they actually made me sicker. So I'm happy to say that I've healed my own body with alternative healing modalities. So can you talk a little bit more about what are environmental toxins, and more specifically, what are GMOs and glyphosates, and why is it important to choose organic food?
Okay, well, there's a long list of environmental toxins. I have my top 4, and I think today we'll talk about the top 2. Well, I don't know, they're all bad. So GMOs are genetically modified organisms. They have gene spliced different plants, specifically corn, soy, cotton, beets, and then they inject also glyphosate, which is a pesticide. It's also known as an antibiotic, into the seed, so the plant has a pesticide in it. So when the bug tries to eat it, it kills the bug. But they also take the glyphosate and they spray it on the plants too. And another thing they use glyphosate for is after they harvest the wheat, because wheat is not a GMO plant, they spray it so there's no fungus in the silos, and that's horrifying. It's in about 80% of our food in the United States. United States has probably the most glyphosate sprayed. They've lost 3 lawsuits now in the billions of dollars, and there's another one coming up. So Bayer has bought Monsanto, which produces glyphosate. And so it's litigation and through these court cases that will shut down this awful pesticide, even though there are many more. But it hopefully will teach us that no pesticides. And not only does glyphosate bad for the plant, the soil, and the people. It's bad for the microorganisms in the soil. So when you see a field of corn with glyphosate, there'll be no earthworms because they can't live in the soil. And it ruins the water. So it pollutes the water, the soil, and the air. There's absolutely zero benefit for it. And Moms Across America is really instrumental in getting stores to stop carrying the Roundup glyphosate and educating the people in so many ways.
So traditional Roundup that you see people using on their own lawns, that is the glyphosate.
That's it. That's glyphosate. Yeah. So that's a reason to eat organic. Because there's no pesticides and it has more vitamins and nutrients in these and in the produce, and also you're protecting the environment. So I mean, if it seems like if you tell people you're protecting the environment, they care more about the environment than their body. Then they might start listening to you. So. Yeah.
I would say that GMOs and glyphosates are life-taking as opposed to organic foods being life-giving.
Yeah, that's good.
And here's a nice organic apple.
Yeah.
Honeycrisp apple. So let's talk about fluoride. Why do you think it's important that fluoride be taken out of the water supply?
Well, the number one reason is there's no informed consent and it's being forced upon us. Sure, we don't have to drink the water that comes out of our kitchen sink, but it's being forced into our homes. So it's in the bath that I take. It's in the, if you use it to boil pasta or rice, brush your teeth with it. So water your house plants. I don't use it for anything, and it's forced upon me. So, and I don't want it. I've done the research, and more studies huge studies funded by the government, show the neurotoxic effect and how it lowers the IQ in children. I mean, this is criminal. So we do have a federal case coming up, more litigation that hopefully will shut it down soon, the EPA.
So whenever there's a vote in our towns to take the fluoride out of water, vote to get it taken out. It's highly beneficial. It also calcifies the pineal gland. And we want to work to activate that because it helps with the endocrine system. It's part of our endocrine system. So it helps balance our hormones. It helps with our overall health and vitality. And so Jessica led me to the best water source locally, in my opinion, is Pocahontas Springs, Boston Clearwater, which is in Linfield, and we each travel there once a week to get our water. I get about 13 gallons a week. That's what we use for our drinking water in my home. For cooking, we do use a big Berkey, so it's a filtration system that filters out the fluoride, arsenic, chlorine, and the pharmaceutical drugs that are also in our water. Because fluoride isn't the only thing that we're working against when it comes to our water supply.
Right, and I just read yesterday in the Wall Street Journal, they just came out with another study, chlorine. We think chlorine is fine. The chlorine is filled with contaminants and cancer-causing chemicals. So, and another reason to drink spring water. Yeah, I do the Pocahontas. It's a beautiful place. 75 cents a gallon, you bring your own containers. But I also get the Mount Monadnock water from New Hampshire. And they sell it at Shaw's. It's the only place that I know around here on Cape Ann. And it's in a 4-gallon jug. But they start delivering too. So I used to pick it up, but now they deliver it right to the house, for an extra $5 fee. It saves me, the chore.
And we do also have in town a reverse osmosis system, which is near the Dunkin' Donuts down off Main Street. The issue with that, while it does take away all the toxins, it also takes away the good minerals. So what I love about this natural spring water is that it's been tested and it's got a pH of 7.5. It's high in magnesium and minerals and what's the other thing? The silica. It actually has high in silica, which silica is a great thing to help you to detoxify from heavy metals and toxins.
Especially aluminum. Yeah. Also,
I use a tub recipe at home when I take a tub with my daughter. So we have a filtration system in our tub, but to go the extra step, we put in a little bentonite clay, Epsom salt, vitamin C. So the bentonite clay is a great chelator that chelates toxins. So I use it in my tub. I drink it once a day. And we also use it in our outdoor plants, our food supply. So, Jessica, what are some of your favorite go-to natural healing remedies?
Well, I brought some books. Folk medicine. This is Dr. Jarvis. He wrote this over 50 years ago. You can get these. This is a lot of fun. They have all different editions. Thriftbooks.com. You know, they're great. $3, $4.
You love thrift
I must
books.
have. I know. I love thrift books. So I must have ordered 10 of these and just given away. Now, he really talks about the benefits of potassium, especially in apple cider vinegar, and potassium high amounts in the apples. And he was a doctor in Vermont. He went and studied and learned the mainstream medicine, and he came back to Vermont and realized he wasn't going to get anywhere with the country people. And they taught him, he did his own research too. The farmers taught him all about folk healing and folk medicine. And this book is amazing. I mean, stuff you don't hear of anymore. It's just, so you can still get the book. It's sold over 4 million copies, and these are 2 copies. Another one, I just got this, all about vitamin C. It cures just about everything, and we got the studies here to show it. If you're all new to this holistic world, The Beginner's Guide to Natural Living is really great. Larry Cook, this is another thrift book. Thrift books. This is great. This is an MIT scientist who was so sick and nearly dead in the hospital from mainstream medicine. And he realized it wasn't working, so he figured it out on his own and wrote a book to tell about it. Never Be Sick Again. This is so great. Another book, Dr. Rashid Buttar, 9 Steps to Keep the Doctor Away. So he talks about a lot of the toxins that we're going to be talking about too. So these are a lot of my go-to. Vitamin C is my number one. But yeah.
This summer, my daughter Sage had her first fever, and Jessica, at 2 years old, she had her first fever, and my go-to was Jessica. So she was like emailing her constantly. What do I do? What do I do? Apple cider vinegar. Give her a tub. Yeah. This, that, and so it was great. She made it through fine, healthy, stronger than ever, and thankful for you for supporting me on that journey. Because as a mother, when your child has their first fever, it's scary, and
a fever is fine. It's fine if it goes for more than 4 days and it's up there 105. Well, then you can start being concerned. But we need the fever. The fever is building up the white blood cells to strengthen your body. So nothing to be afraid of with fever. Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay, fever. Sometimes.
So what I do, because there's so many different ways of healing, and I don't get sick that often, I have my go-to list, and I keep it in the bathroom. So I'm like, oh, I'm sick, or someone calls me, what do I do? So I just go right to the bathroom, pull out my list, and like, oh, do this. So, yeah.
Nice. So speaking of natural healing, let's talk about our favorite, the Wim Hof Method.
Yeah.
So I've known about the Wim Hof Method for about 5 years. My husband introduced it to me, and he's actually been taking the cold showers for 5 years, but I always thought, that's not for me. I still don't like the cold showers, but I love swimming in the ocean. So Jessica reintroduced it to me. I think it was October. So that's usually the end of my swimming season, is May to October, end of October. And so she started sending me stuff about the Wim Hof Method and was like, Sarah, we could swim in the ocean in the winter. And I was like, this is the gift I've been asking for, really. So it just so happens at the same time she started coming to me with this information, he had a free 10-day online course that my husband had signed up for. And so us 3 signed up for it.
You can still do it. It's still available. It's a rotating.
On onecommune.com. Yeah. I think it's www.onecommune.com.
WimHof.com will take you there too.
Wim Hof Method.
Yeah, it'll send you there, yeah.
WimHofMethod.com. So I have here some of the health benefits of the cold water therapy. So along with cold exposure is a breathwork technique. The breathwork technique is really incredibly healing and has its own health benefits. And one of the best health benefits to it is that it alkalizes the body. So our bodies tend to be very acidic and we want to get them alkaline. They're especially acidic at the first thing in the morning. So he recommends that you do this breath first thing in the morning.
Oh, that's interesting. So we're more acid in the morning.
Yes, more
I wonder
acid
why
in the
that
morning.
is. That's very interesting.
So some of the benefits of cold water therapy, I actually teach this also at Cape Ann Power Yoga on Saturdays after the 9 a.m. hot power class. So we do a contrast therapy, which is hot to cold. So you do 75 minutes of hot power, and then we do the breathing technique, and then we head out and we plunge in the cold Atlantic. So some of the benefits are that it helps with inflammation. I was really drawn to it because Wim Hof has actually been studied by science and shown that you can control the autonomic nervous system and the immune system and heal yourself from chronic disease. For me, it was really attractive because I wanted to stay healthy through the winter because that's when I would usually have my symptoms of autoimmune. I'm healthiest winter I've ever had right now. So it helps with inflammation, it helps with anxiety and depression, it improves sleep, chronic disease, which autoimmune disease, it boosts mood, cannabinoid, it activates the cannabinoid system, increases dopamine by 250%, it boosts metabolism by 350%. It increases your brown fat, so it can transmute white fat and burn it into brown fat, which regulates glucose and insulin. So really good for diabetics.
That brown fat, I never heard of that in my life. And then come to find out, children have more brown fat than adults. That's why they can go out in the cold without a jacket. And it's fine for them to do that. So, and as we get older, we lose that brown fat, and then we get colder. But as he says, we can build that brown fat again, and then that's how we can endure going into 38 degrees Atlantic.
And Wim Hof, at the age of 60, has the brown fat of a 20-year-old.
Wow.
It helps with recovering after exercise, and it activates a part of the brain that has been dormant because of the creature comforts that we've gotten so used to. We used to have this part of our brain, and his brain has been studied that when he does this technique that he can activate this part of the brain. It helps to activate the pituitary and the pineal gland that might have been affected by the fluoride. So, and it also increases glutathione, improving liver function. Some of the people that we also follow on Instagram, I follow these guys on Instagram. It's at Wild Swimming Stories. And this is the book Jessica just got. I haven't read it. Have you read it yet?
No, I just got it.
Just got it.
It came from England. I think they just published it, 2019. The photos are gorgeous. Yep, 2019. So this just came out, and they've been doing this for years and years and years and years. I mean,
and they call it Wild Swimming.
Yeah. Beautiful book.
And then there's this book also that Jessica's read. I haven't read yet, and it's about Wim Hof. Wim Hof does the foreword to this book.
Yeah, that explains.
And so it's What Doesn't Kill Us. Jessica,
so
tell us a little bit about your experience with the Wim Hof Method.
Well, I initially heard of it when I listened to Russell Brand's YouTube videos. I really like him. He's very funny, very witty, very smart, and he does a deep dive spirituality into health. So he was interviewing Wim Hof, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Sarah, you got to watch this. So I was like, we can do this. We can go swimming. We have the ocean in our backyard. And just something clicked in me that, we need to be swimming year round in that ocean. And so she was brave enough to do it. And she's now more brave than me because she goes at least 5 times a week. I go once a week, twice.
I'm at every day now because I started going at the sunrise because I have to get it in when my husband's there to watch my daughter.
Yeah.
So I've been waking up early and going at the sunrise.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
You for getting me really jazzed up about it.
Yeah, it's great.
It's awesome.
It's
and
addicting.
I love it when we get to go together too. And we have a video to share of me and Jessica going in together on an amazing day at Braces Cove. So what have been the greatest benefits for you personally with the Wim Hof Method?
Wow. Well, the breathing, I love the breathing. I can't emphasize that enough. The breathing is amazing. It actually puts me more into the present. I'm not worrying anymore. And I feel stronger physically when I go into do the breathing and go into the cold. And it helps. Going into the cold works on the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual level. There's so many aspects to it that we could talk about it for hours. But it takes away your fear of a lot of things in life because you embrace the cold, which is challenging.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest benefits I've received too, is the releasing fear, because almost every time I go in, I have this, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just not do it.
Yeah, that's
But
normal.
then I know that if I show up and I do it,
Yeah.
I'm going to come out better for it every time. I never regret going in.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. You never regret going in. You'll only regret the times that you didn't go in.
And when you come out, you just feel amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
So here's our video of a swim that we did a few weeks ago at Braces Cove.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
January 9th. It's going to be warmer than here.
So thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this interview. My guest and I that I'm going to be having on this show are incredibly passionate about helping and empowering people to live the happiest and healthiest lives that they can possibly live. For more information on these topics, you can email me at hello@happyhealthyhumanity.com. Again, you can visit my website at www.happyhealthyhumanity.com, or you can work with me one-on-one. And I coach people, and all my services are on my website. And you can also connect with me to then get connected with any one of my guests.
Well, you can also leave a comment or a question, and we'll be more than happy to answer you. Yeah.
Yay! So thanks for tuning in. As I said, this has been a dream for so long. So happy that it's coming into fruition.
Okay, stay healthy.
Have a beautiful day.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.